Yes. Shout out to everybody in the chat. The first person that I noticed in the chat this morning was Peekaboo. Shout out to Peekaboo. Thank you so much for always hitting the like button and asking, have you guys hit the like button? Now, hold up 1 minute. I was trying to get a poll going here on this chat right now. Hopefully everybody can hear me. Shout out to everybody, and I'll greet everybody here in a minute. Let me put this little question here. Do you believe that the expert Gilliam, we talked about Gilliam here, should apologize to the Goncalves family? Yes or no? And maybe I'll add another option. Apologize for what? Because some of you guys might not remember. Apologize for what? For what? Some of you guys might remember, some of you guys might not. Let this poll run here for a little bit. All right, let me greet everybody in the chat. Welcome, guys. Welcome. I have Cash H. I have hopped on like a bunny and nuzzled the notification bunny. Now I'm music. Put that phone down. Yes, I love Cash H. Generally Jenny, yes. Generally Jenny, I love Stephanie Harlow. I think she's great. I like her breakdowns a lot too. Stephanie Harlow is awesome. I think what I really like about her is just um her ability to be relatable. Every of these bigger true crime creators, there's always something that I like about them. So yes, shout out to Stephanie Harlow. There's only a few. You're absolutely right. Hey, Pigeon Mac, welcome. All right, Gumby, wait, Brenda. I'm feeling fine. We're still kind of in this, like, dealing with the aftermath of the congestion and whatnot. So, I mean, it is what it is. Baby Bunny is teething. So we already have one tooth. We're waiting on another tooth. Guys, Baby Bunny is going to be one in about a month and a half. Her birthday's in March. So her birthday, it's coming up. It's coming up, guys. Hey, Miss Clover, Brienne, welcome, Gumby. Yeah, show some love and hit that like button. Miss Clover. Hey, Iridescent. Hey, everybody. I'm just waking up. How are you doing? And I hope you're having a great, fabulous morning. Generally, Jenny. Hello. Oh, thank you. You love the intro. Hit the like. People have asked me for the song of the intro, and I got it through another music app. If people really want to know the song name, I mean, I have no problem sharing that. I just haven't really put it on my description box. Yes. Oh, yes. Christina Randall's awesome too. I like her too. Thank you guys. Welcome. Is Sinner in the house? Shout out to Sinner. Who else have I not greeted? Hey, Sakina. Welcome. Welcome, guys. Hit that like button while you're coming in. Don't go to JLR. Go to Grizzly True Crime. I like Grizzly too. I don't know about the JLR guy. I heard, guys, enlighten me. There is some drama going on in that situation too. Before we get to our little content here, um, I heard that. So I haven't. I know about Summer Wells, right? And I've done a video here and there too about it. I haven't really done a whole lot of deep dives into it because so much of it is there's a lot of creators that are covering Summer Wells. And honestly, I didn't necessarily like the treatment of the father and the mother in this situation, the poverty shaming, the parent shaming, and the accusations that went on. Then Mr. Don Wells was fired from his job because of these creators that traveled over there, which is a very sad situation in my opinion. I think I just don't I don't like that. But I heard through the grapevine that hey Teresa, welcome. That hey business um that what did they do? That one of the creators is back in contact with Don Wells, and that kind of became an issue. And that Don Wells is asking for money. I'm not really sure, like I said. And it sounds like one of the other creators by the name of Dolly. You guys, we've talked about Dolly, which I'm not a fan of as well. I think he verbally assaulted, and physically assaulted that woman when they were protesting, heckling the Quentin Simon situation. I don't know, guys. I sat there and I was like, I heard his perspective, and I guess there was a fallout between that little heels on the heels on the whatever place, whatever. Like I said, I really so I heard about it, and it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, the father is self-admitted child SA. Every child between the two was removed for neglect. I don't really, like I said, I don't really know too much. I just don't think that it was our place to get somebody fired. Not in that situation, not in that circumstance. Um, I don't think that was cool. That's just my opinion, though. In that circumstance, no. It would be different if it was like, you know, like I'm thinking of other cases, but that specific case, I just don't know too much about it. I'm just gonna say that. Hey Lane, welcome. Hey Jezebel, welcome. Guys, hit that like button while you're coming in. And I know I'm like trying to come in with this congestion, but we're gonna get through it. Okay, let's get right to this content. I got my pen right here, guys. I'm ready to go. Let's talk about this. Do you guys remember I mean, he has a YouTube channel too. He has a podcast by the name of a man by the name of Jonathan Gilliam. Jonathan Gilliam, we did some content on Mr. Jonathan Gilliam. He appeared everywhere. One of the things that really was interesting about Jonathan Gilliam was the fact that he went on this Twitter, and these tweets are still up, so we're gonna look into them. Kind of like alluding that Mr. Steven Goncalves or Steve Goncalves had something to do with the murder of the Idaho Four. He did that, right? So I find it very interesting, honestly, that I'm seeing him. Hey, Patty, I'm seeing him like on Dr. Phil. Okay, he's the expert FBI up there. Hey, Chico, welcome. You know, I don't know. I don't know. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, weren't you the one that was accusing or telling people that people need to vet Mr. Steven Gonzalez, Kaylee's dad's information and whereabouts because of what he's been putting out there on media? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, yes. And Phil, I have not forgotten about the BS that he said. It's still up there. It's still up there. In what circumstances is it ever okay to get someone fired? That's a great question. We could definitely talk about that later on. But do you guys remember, and kind of going back to the topic, do you guys remember a little bit about shoot, what is the name? So he's on Dr. Phil, and he's there sitting there with the four experts, okay, and they're giving kind of commentary to the situation. And I remember this was like 2, 3 months before the arrest. He was going on live and he was saying all kinds of stuff about people needing to check Steve Goncalves. I sat there and I was like, damn, well, what are you trying to say? Check his whereabouts. Check his whereabouts. So Mr. Gilliam, along with four other experts in the field, okay, they went on Dr. Phil. Cash is already tomatoing Dr. Phil. They went on Dr. Phil, guys. They went on Dr. Phil. And honestly, like, I was listening to them a little bit, and I just couldn't get past the fact that, like, just some of the stuff that he had said on Twitter. Let's talk about it, okay? And the reason why I bring up this Dr. Phil thing is because I thought it was also interesting, the things that they were kind of saying in this little, you know, gathering. Here's a tweet, all right? And it's still on his Twitter page. This is Mr. Jonathan T. Gilliam. Okay. He is a commentator. He goes on every channel that you know of. He's over here on Dr. Phil. Teresa's already tomatoing. Yeah. Thank you, Serenity. You guys remember, okay? Fuck Dr. Yeah, it's hit or miss with Dr. Phil for me. I don't know how I feel. I've got where it says, sorry, I just got here for breaking news. I don't know if you know, but just heard that the search warrant for Brian Kohberger was unsealed. No, I did not know. Wait. Let me see what we can find in the good old Twitter. I appreciate you. Thank you for the Cash App. You said it was unsealed search warrant? Lord have mercy. Come on, Google. Well, the search warrant was it hasn't even hit it. Where did you find that? Um, I've got words. Let me know, let me know. Can you tell me where we could find it? Because I don't see anything on haven't hit Google yet. This is pretty epic. This is pretty epic. This is interesting. Is it unsealed? Let me know where we can go and find it, because I'll definitely head over there right now. It just came in? It just came out? Okay. Let me see what is going on. Okay, let me see if anything else. I don't have anything right now that's ringing. Nothing is saying anything. Let's see what the Twitter streets are saying right now. Brian Kohberger, unsealed warrant. Oh my goodness. Okay. Twitter is going a little crazy. I only see two tweets right now, like 2 20-minute aparts. Let's see what this is about. Hold up. Let's see if we can. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. I'm going on Twitter. Nothing has been posted up yet, but they unsealed the search warrant for Brian Kohberger today. Hey, Brian Kohberger, search warrant just got unsealed. I thought we had until March to prepare for this. I'm scared to read it. Unsealed search warrant. Nothing's up yet, guys. Nothing's up yet. Let's look at the YouTube, and let me also check the chat. I want to make sure I don't miss anything. Uh, let's see what else you guys have said. It just came out right now, says Phil. Unsealed search warrant. Brian. He has like the longest last name. Here we go. Okay, I see Grizzly is live about it too right now. Kohberger warned unsealed, and they are talking about Athena as well. But I haven't received anything yet. I don't even see any of the big news talking about it, and I don't want to hit. I can't hit Grizzly right now. Is someone else saying too? I only just saw a notification on the Pascal show, and it's going live with that. Okay, unsealed. All right, and maybe we need to hold up. Hold up. Thank you guys. Yeah, if you guys can, I don't see it at all whatsoever. We cannot play that. I don't know. I do not know. I do not know. Let me see. And I'm looking, guys, and I don't see it either. Nothing. I'm waiting for Google to say something right now. Nothing. No updates yet. So they're not high on working, but I'm listening. Shout out to you, Vic. Check the Daily Mail, Rabbit. I'll do that right now. See what's up. Nothing on the Daily Mail right now. Other than 29 minutes ago, hold up. Is this it? Police find blood on several items in the apartment of suspect Idaho killer. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We found it. We found it. We found it. Let me stop real quick. Now, before I get into this, let me go ahead. Let's put this on this title right quick too, because if we're going to talk about this, I don't want to mislead people as well. Hold up 1 minute, guys. Unsealed search warrant. Unsealed. Y'all are with me here. Search warrant. Okay, let's get going with this, because we gotta get right to the news on this situation. Here we go. All right. This is crazy, guys. This is going to be very interesting. And I bet people are just kind of like wondering, what's the deal? What's the deal? Here we go. Let's get right to it. Let's share it with everybody so everybody can see it. Let's see. Here we go. Let me share this with you all. I found it. Shout out to everybody. Thank you. It Talks Baby Girl also put a link in there as well. But this is through the Daily Mail UK. All right. Police find blood on several items in the apartment of suspect Idaho killer Brian Kohberger. Search warrant reveals they recovered pillow with reddish stains along with the black glove and several hairs. Oh my gosh. Okay. And let me put these comments down real quick. Ooh, we do not need a car right now. Officers discovered several strands of hair, including one which belonged to an animal. Forensic team swooped on his property at the Washington State University campus in Pullman. A black glove, computer tower, and dust from his vacuum were also recovered by authorities. Um, Police investigating the quadruple murder of the Idaho for ooh, Jesus. 1 second. Uh, 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 uh. My bad, guys. We got these phone calls coming in. I don't know why. Authorities searched the property on the police investigating the quadruple murder of the four University of Idaho students discovered a pillow covered in blood and gloves in suspect killer Brian Kohberger's apartment. Authorities searched the property on the Washington State University campus in Pullman, just a few miles from the crime scene after his arrest. A new search warrant revealed that police found several hair strands, including one animal hair, a black glove, and a computer tower, and items that was a collection of dark red dotting. They also hauled away a pillow with a reddish brown stain on it, and the top and the bottom of the mattress covered with multiple stains. Remember when they were carrying out that stain? Koberger apartment was searched hours after she was arrested at his apartment home in Pennsylvania. I think it meant when he was arrested in Pennsylvania on December 30th. Forensic teams swooped on his property less than 15 minutes from the house where the grisly murders took place. Investigators also collected receipts from Walmart and two Marshall receipts, as well as collecting dust from his vacuum. Authorities initially sealed the search warrant for the murder suspect's Washington home, arguing that releasing the details could prematurely end the investigation. However, the documents appear to have been unsealed, though it is yet to be uploaded to the Idaho court website. This is why we can't even find it yet. So people are probably going off of this article too. I mean, what do you guys think? Ooh, okay. Okay. Yeah, the dog hair, Brienne, right? Perfect. All right. And let me go ahead because I see a link on the StreamYard too. Here we go. Let me copy. It just doesn't let me copy and paste that. Um, but anyways, let's keep reading. Court documents seen by the New York Times show the 8 strand of hairs were recovered from the apartment as well as a possible animal hair. They also recovered a Fire TV stick during their search, with all of these items being stored at the Washington State University department. Authorities reportedly said they wanted to see if any hair had been transferred onto Koberger and then back to his apartment, including Kaylee Goncalves' dog Murphy. Authorities initially sealed the warrant for the murder suspect Washington home, arguing that releasing the details could prematurely end the investigation. Kaylee's dog Murphy was spared during the slayings, with officers finding him alone in the room. Oh, poor dog. Wow. Jack and Kaylee Goncalves pictured share custody of the dog after they split. Murphy was found alive in Kaylee's room by investigators who were called to the scene and have and has now been returned to her ex-boyfriend. The application also stated that the student's home had a significant amount of blood from the victim, including spatter and cast-off blood. Investigators believe that it was likely that the killer would have had blood evidence on his body and clothing and hoped to find trace evidence in Kohberger's apartment. However, they did not describe the results of any of the tests in the documents and did not confirm if any hair found matched to the victims of Kaylee's dog. His offices at Washington State University were also searched, but nothing was seized by officers. Initially, the court ruled that the warrant should be sealed until March 1st, claiming that if it were made public, they would be a threat to public safety. Kohberger, 28, appeared in court last week, but has yet to enter a plea for the murder of Maddy, Kaylee, Xana, and Ethan. Um, wow. What do you guys think in the comments about this? And let me read some of these comments to get your perspective on it. Woo, sorry, love. I missed a lot of comments. So this is just now, Katie. There's another article on there saying 5 reasons he might not be convicted. Lord Jesus. I'm telling y'all, it seems like he wanted to be caught. Peekaboo, that was my title too. Because when so we're gonna talk about Dr. Phil here in a minute. Because the sheath, right? They were talking about this sheath and how there's 2 points that they made. How do we know that people are assuming that the sheath was the weapon? Like the sheath is isn't it just the casing? Because that's what I thought. They haven't really found the weapon, right? That's my understanding. The weapon has not necessarily been found. It's the sheath, that the little casing thing to it, right? So my thought was like, well, do we know for a fact that that's what he used, or could he have left that behind as a way in which to kind of like distract people from the investigation? If what Jennifer Coffindaffer, okay, had been saying about how there were these alt accounts that he was using, right? What is it, the Papa Roger? I'm kind of curious to know. Error, nothing more than sheath, in my opinion. No. So if this was posted in the court website today or two, this is real. Yeah. And by the way, it's absolutely normal for any documents in a case to take a day or two to absolutely. It takes time for them to populate. I've seen that. So I'm struggling because I feel like, did he want to get caught? That's kind of where my mind went. Like, did he want to get caught? There was no knife. It was only the holder. But Brienne, how do we know that that was the weapon that actually that he used? Other than it's just the holder. He could have left that holder there. I think they may have the weapon would tell us if they did let the defense spend all of their money for defending this punk, says Sinner. Shout out to Sinner. But wouldn't that be interesting? And this is the part because you guys are talking about whether he would be convicted or not. Do we know if that's the weapon that he used? It's the wounds left to hint to the type of weapon in combination with the sheath. Where can I send you a link? Let me send you guys my email. Look, this is my email if you guys ever want to email me stuff. Here you go. It's right here. therabbitblogger@protonmail.com. Send me some stuff. Let me know. Hit me in the comments and let me know that you send me something and I'll check my email immediately, expeditiously right now. Matter of fact, let me go to it right now. Okay? Let me go to this email right now. So feel free to send me that link if you want to. So that was my concern at this moment, as it pertains to this situation. I would at least think he was set up before I believe he wanted to get caught. Patty says, "Ooh, Patty, yes, you got the email. All right, you guys send me that email. You could send it to me there, please. That would be awesome. Because it kind of this is my old email, but this is the email to send me stuff in right now. If you guys, I'm on my inbox right now, so if you want to send me something, feel free. And I'm refreshing it too. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. It's on Fox News now. All right, let's go to Fox. Let's go to Fox today right now. Let's go. Unsealed. Let's see. Unsealed. A search warrant. Damn, it took them long enough. I feel like the YouTubers are on it immediately, more so than freaking Fox. I mean, they just don't have the restrictions. We don't have a lot of restrictions in terms of moving as fast as we can. It's on Fox News on YouTube. Let me know. Okay, it sounds like the sheath was placed, but it probably wasn't. Probably was Kaylee and the Maddy's blood on it. Ooh, the sheath would fit only knife fit. It made for those who I would assume, especially since it's a USMC issued knife, that would be something that would fit on the type of knife, right? You're skeptical, Pigeon Mac. I am too. I'm skeptical about a lot of things. I don't think there's anything fishy. There's extreme situations. Sometimes just don't make sense. I would agree. Yeah, because he thinks he can outsmart the cops. I would agree. It feels like it was a slow suicide. Like he wanted to take others out with him to not be forgotten. Otherwise, he was just too cocky, and that's how you mess up. What do you mean, like a murder suicide? You think that's what he was trying to do? Shreddertainment. It's an interesting name. Hey Mona, welcome. If Fox is on it, it ain't gossip. Okay. Let me Google search this right now and let's see what we have so far because come on Google. I mean, how is it that YouTubers are faster than half of you guys here? Okay. Mm-mm-mm. You have another no, you have a creator that's talking about it in 2 hours. So I mean, it still hasn't hit Google as a search engine. Let me see. Here we go. Where are we at? Where are we at? 1 hour ago, 19 hours ago, 5 hours, nothing. Nothing, guys. It's getting there. It's getting there, but it's not yet. I think I haven't seen any articles either. But let me know in the chat and let me refresh this email. Did you guys say here we go? Oh, perfect. Thank you so much. I just got your link. Here we go. Fox News. Shout out to I think Stacy might have sent this to me. Shout out to Stacy with the 10 E's at her name. Shout out to her. Here we go. Fox News is also talking about it at this point. Twitter's on fire. I bet it is, Ava. I bet Twitter's on fire right now. We're gonna have to visit Twitterland in a minute here. Um, yes, and just so you guys know, this is my email if you want to send me some links or whatever. Let me remove this banner because it's not like I'm playing any videos right now. So we can get this going fast. Idaho murders Brian Kohberger search warrant unsealed. Okay. Um, okay, look at this. They have, I don't know if they have, oh my God, they have Mark Furman. Here we go. These ex FBI peoples, what the heck? Anyways, Washington State University PhD student Brian Kohberger is accused of stabbing four undergrads at the nearby University of Idaho. All right. A Washington court has unsealed the search warrant for the office and apartment of the University of Idaho stabbing suspect Brian Kohberger, a 28-year-old Washington State University PhD student accused of murdering four undergraduates in nearby Moscow, Idaho. The warrants were initially sealed, but a Washington judge ordered the release of redacted versions of the documents Wednesday. Oh my God, that's today. That's today, guys. In the newly unveiled filings, investigators described previously undisclosed evidence, including blood, DNA, shoes with diamond patterned soles, and data compilations of information about the victims and the King Road house where they were killed. Kohberger is charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder and another of felony burglary after allegedly sneaking into a six-bedroom house near the University of Idaho, about 10 miles away from his Washington apartment, and ambushing. They use the word ambushing. That's an interesting word. And ambushing four undergraduates uh, around 4 a.m. on November 13th. Guys, the word ambushing. This is a very interesting word to use in my opinion, but we'll go to that in a minute. The highly anticipated warrants contain new details about what investigators found after they arrested the suspects who had a master's degree in criminal justice from DeSales University. Oh shoot. Here we go, guys. We have it. We have it. All right. Ooh, Stacy It is 49 pages. You guys, let me download this. 49 pages. It is 49 pages, guys. Uh yeah, that's my face. 49 pages. I just downloaded it. Let's see. Um okay, let's see how I can share this with everyone. Alrighty. Stop that. That is awesome that they put it up there for us because I mean it's just like nice, great. Now we're able to um get it going, get it going. Let's save this. All right. Here we go. Let me share this. Let me stop. Ooh, my goodness. Filed. So it was filed on the 17th. Here we go. So these were the warrants that were issued and served in Washington state because a suspect in the crimes resided and worked here during the times of the murder. These warrants and associated applications were sealed due to the sensitive nature of the investigation at the time. Since then, an extensive probable cause affidavit has been sealed in, is it Latah County, Idaho, which has alleviated the need for sealing of the return of service here in Washington. Okay. So motion, da 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 da. We're gonna go to the basis. Washington State Constitution recognizes that the victims of the crime having rights and states that effective law enforcement depends on cooperation from victims of a crime. Okay. The Washington State Legislative recognizes that there are severe and detrimental impact on crime victims, survivors, and victims and witnesses of crimes. And yet, there is the civic and moral duty of victims, survivors, of victims and witnesses of crimes to fully voluntarily cooperate with law enforcement and prosecutional prosecutor I cannot say that word agencies. In a criminal proceeding, the law requires that a reasonable effort is made to ensure that the victims, survivors of victims, and witnesses of a crime have rights to receive protection from harm and threats of harm arising out of cooperation. So there, okay, the basis, let's see, for this motion is that we have two surviving victims and witnesses of now a notorious and much publicized murder burglary in Moscow, Idaho, whose full names are listed in this search warrant and search warrant applications. The warrants were issued and served in Washington state because a suspect in the crimes resides and works here during the time of the murders. These warrants and associated applications were sealed due to the sensitive nature of the investigation at the time. Since then, an extensive probable cause affidavit has been unsealed in Latah County, Idaho, which has alleviated much of the need for sealing here in Washington. But the documents filed in Latah County have not disclosed the surviving victims' names, only their initials. Shh. This is crazy. Okay. These victims should have the level of protection that can be provided by having their initials substituted for their full names in search warrants and search applications, which became publicly available from this court. You guys remember, um, they and I shout out to the Glare because he was in the chat when this happened. Okay, um, he said that it was the crime sleuths, the couch sleuths, okay, that basically went in and pulled the victims' names. out of this situation. Hey, Tinkle Tits, I have a pet peeve against scanned documents being skewed out. No, no, I get it. I get it. And I'm like reading it as best as I can. The state is asking that the court to consider the unusual factors showing the need for sealing the records, where where the need is based on the right other than accused rights to a fair trial, a serious and intimate threat to the right. Number two, anyone present with the motion must be made given the opportunity to object, and the proposed method of curtailing open access must be the least restricted means available for protecting the threat interest. The court must weigh the competing interests of the proponent of disclosure and the public, and the order must be no broader in its application or duration than necessary to serve its purpose. Okay, okay. I want to get to the information. The state contends that the need to protect victims' identification is important to their safety, health, and well-being, and that the victims and witnesses' rights should be protected vigorously, just as the legislation and the state founders intended. The proposed method is to file a complete search warrant and application for warrant with only the surviving victims' names redacted and replaced with initials. This is a very minor closure of a court document in order to protect a very important victim interest. Initially, the order will will no broader in application than necessary to serve its purpose, and the public will still have the pertinent information at its disposal in order to understand the proceedings of the court. This was signed January 17th by the prosecuting attorney. And then the judge signed that order as well. All right. Let's see. Let's get to these warrants. Here we go. Search warrants. Okay. Let me start with search warrant within 10 days of the date the premises described. Okay, they put the address 1630. Da 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 da. I think that this is that is his apartment. I don't want to name the whole address, but the address is there. Is a 3-story multi-occupancy apartment building in Pullman, Washington, which is a tan and white in color. It even has the apartment name. Lord have mercy, they did not even. This is straight from Fox, not from the Rabbit. The Rabbit is not putting out information out there. I am pulling from Fox. And it's likely Twitter already has run through it, and everybody knows where this is at. But it is located north east corner of the second story of the building. The door to this apartment number is located on the east side of the second story landing and is designated by the number 201 on the door. The door is white with a swinging screen door on the outside of the main door to the residence. Cease if located. Okay, so blood or any other body fluids, human tissue, cells, items with blood or other bodily fluids or human tissue, skin cells, knives, sheaths, or other sharp tools, including daggers, dirks, swords, any written ownership of the same, any images, oh Lord, any images, whether digital or paper or other format, which shows Ethan, Kaylee, Xana, and Maddy. And then they put the initials of the victims in there as well. Okay, and anything within the house number. Clothing included but not limited to dark shirts, dark pants, masks, shoes with diamond patterned soles. So when they were lifting, okay, if you guys remember the scene, if you remember the scene, guys, they were looking for shoe patterns. So in here, they came with this search warrant. They were looking for anything with a diamond pattern sole on the shoe. Trace evidence includes DNA, okay, data compilations, all right, showing interest, planning, murder, assault. Look at everything that they're looking at. Violent assault, stabbing, cutting of people, showing details, all right, and anything showing location, cell phone numbers on November 13, 2022, including Wi-Fi logs, data or metadata associated with photos, social media posts, or applications on cell phones or computer towers, laptops, and tablets. As an example, but not intended to be an inclusive list of data combinations being sought. Papers, lists, ledgers. Lord, they're looking for everything, calendars, address books, contacts lists, diaries, text messages, email. And I'm just kind of reading them all over the place so we can get a gist of what they were looking for. Electronics, digital devices, storage devices, data, cell phones, computers, laptops. This includes any device which contains evidence or other accounts associated. Okay. All right. So we're going to keep moving. Evidence to uh evidence that conduct internet searches, including reviews of murders or violent assaults or anything. Jeez. Information that can be calculated in position, GPS coordinates, evidence of identity of the person in possession. So they were looking for a lot of stuff, guys. Whew. Um, okay. Let me look at this real quick. So, assistance from any law enforcement agencies from the state of Idaho or federal government or any technical specialists associated or employed by or contracted with such law enforcement agencies include but not limited to Moscow, Idaho, FBI, Idaho State Police, Forensic Services. Okay, all of this was signed, 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 signed. All right, signed, signed, signed. Declaration. Application of search warrant declaration. So, I believe there's probable cause that Brian Kohberger has committed the crimes. Evidence of those crimes, weapons, and this is check marked in there, weapons or other things by means of which a crime has been committed or reasonably appear to about to have committed such a crime. They list the location. Okay, let's keep going. I'm just trying to see. All right, here we go. The investigation. This is the statement. Here we go. I was contacted by Moscow police and asked to assist their investigation into the recent murder of the Idaho 4 Moscow of the into recent murder of 4 people in Idaho, Moscow, Idaho. Sergeant Blaker of the Moscow Police Department has developed probable cause to believe that a resident of Whitman County, Brian Kohberger, committed the murders and burglary. I agree. I agree. I agree. Let me take a drink of my sun kiss. She said, I agree with Sergeant Blaker's statement that there's probable cause to believe that Kohberger committed the murders and burglary, and that there's probable cause to believe that evidence of those crimes will be located in Kohberger's apartment. Ooh, and the address is listed there. I am seeking this search warrant to search the apartment. The probable cause is described in the details of Exhibit A sworn statement of Sergeant Blaker, which is hereby incorporated herein by this reference, just as if fully set forth here. Based on the foregoing information, I believe that the evidence of the above listed crimes exists at the above described location, and that there's probable cause to search the location for evidence. So blood, fluid, knives. They basically, it's like a copy and paste version of what we just read up there. And I'm just kind of skimming through here. Electronics. Okay, they put the victims, and I'm going to call them victims because this warrant right here and what was filed by the district attorney is saying that BF and DM are victims. Whether these YouTubers, gutter snipe YouTubers, want to call it something different, then that's on you. But I'm going to call them victims as we have called them victims and survivors of this. Okay, period, point blank. And let me get some of this sun kiss because it's a lot, guys. Mm-mm. It's a lot, and thank you so much, Stacy, with the long E for the message. I can't wait to find out what the hell the dad knew. That's I mean, and hopefully that is something that we can kinda indicate here. In addition, I'm asking the court to authorize the service of search warrants and the use of the assistance from law enforcement from the state of Idaho or the federal government and technical specialists employed or contracted with such law enforcement agencies. And they list all the agencies again. Supplemental disclosures, DNA tests. I've been informed by Detective J.R. Talbot of the Idaho State Police that on November 13th, a sheath was recovered at the King Road residence under or next to the body of Maddie. The Idaho State Crime Lab obtained a male DNA profile, suspect profile from the sheath. This is also referred to Sergeant Blaker's sworn statement, Exhibit A. On December 27th, 2022, law enforcement agency officer in Pennsylvania recovered the trash that originated from the Kohberger's family resident. That trash was sent to the Idaho State Crime Lab for testing. On December 28th, the Idaho State Lab reported that a DNA profile was obtained from the trash. It was compared to the suspect DNA profile. The lab personnel concluded that the source of the trash DNA profile was a male and was not being excluded as the biological father of the source of the suspect profile. At least 99.9998% of the male population would be expected to be excluded from the possibility of being the biological father of the source of the suspect profile. So dad's DNA, Brian Kohberger's dad's DNA was used, right? This is a lot. This information is being provided to the court pursuant my duty and obligation to be fully candid with the court. I do not believe this information is exculpatory for the suspect. However, if the court believes it is exculpatory, then the court should consider the supplement disclosure in its evaluation of the existence of probable cause or lack thereof. But I'm specifically asking the court to not consider the supplemental disclosure as evidence supporting the existence of probable cause. The reason for this request is that if the DNA test results are held inadmissible at some point, such ruling would not impact the finding of probable cause for this warrant. So as long as this court is satisfied as to probable cause, regardless of DNA test results. Oh, and let me look at this chat, you guys. You guys. Sign Don Daniels. This is the agent. Here we go. The judge signed it as well. Page 16, Exhibit A statement. The below information is provided by Sergeant Dustin Blaker. I'm a duly appointed, qualified, yada, yada, yada. I'm just kind of giving a huge little skip over. I attended the Idaho Peace Academy. Okay, then really have 16 years of law enforcement. They're having to write all this in there, guys. Let's go to November 13th. Corporal Brett Payne and I responded to the 1122 King Road, Moscow. There after the King Road residence to assist with the scene security and processing of a crime scene associated with 4 homicides. Upon our arrival, the Idaho State Police forensic team was on scene and preparing to begin processing the scene. One of the initial responding officers to the incident advised that he would walk me through the scene. The OFC Smith and I entered the Keene Road residence through the bottom door at the north of the building. OCF Smith and I walked upstairs to the second floor. Smith directed me down the hallway to the west bedroom on the second floor, where I later learned Xana's driver's license and other personal belongings found in the room. With Xana Kernodle's room, just before this room was there was a bathroom door on the south wall of the hallway. As I approached the room, I could see a body later identified as Kernodle laying on the floor. She was deceased with wounds that appeared to have been caused by the edge weapon. Also in the room was a male later identified as Ethan. Ethan was also deceased with wounds later determined, autopsy report provided. Okay. And it was to have been caused by sharp force injuries. I then follow OFC Smith upstairs to the third floor of the residence. The third floor consisted of 2 bedrooms and one bath. The bedroom on the west side of the floor was later determined to be Kaylee Goncalves' room. I later learned from the review of the officers body cam that there was a dog in the room where Moscow police officers initially responded. The dog belonged to Gonzalez and ex-boyfriend Jack. I found from Payne interview with Jack on November 13th that he and Gonzalez shared the dog. Okay, and some of this we had already kind of read when some of this had been released. I don't know. And let me look at the comments real quick because I don't want to miss any people's comments. Ooh, you gotta. This is so. It is very tragic. Mm, no worries, no worries. Thank you so much, Pigeon Mac, for joining us. Yeah, hit the like button. It's a lot, and I'm trying to get to kind of the source of the information because some of this we had already like read through. Do you guys remember? Like, here we go. As I entered the room, I see two females in a single bed in the room. Both Gonsalves and Morgan were deceased with visible stab wounds. I was later advised by ISP investigator they located a tan leather knife sheath laying on the bed next to Maddie's right side. When viewed from the floor, this sheath was later processed and had K-bar, USM USMC, and a United States Marine Corps Eagle Globe and an anchor stamped on the outside of it. The Idaho State Lab later located a single source of DNA male on the left bottom of the snap. Ooh, I wonder, do you guys think that was his DNA? I mean, I'm just kind of curious to know on that side. Um, it's was that the DNA that was this the weapon or it was this just the knife sheath? I'm very curious to know. As part of the investigation, numerous interviews were conducted. Okay, two of the interviews included BFDM. Okay, uh, uh, um, they were inside the King Road residence at the time of the homicide and were roommates of the victim. BF bedroom was located on the east side of the first floor of the residence. Based on numerous interviews conducted by officers, agents, as well as my review of evidence, I have learned the following. Alrighty. On the evening of November 12th, Chapman and Kernoodle, seen by BF at the Sigma Chi House at the University of Idaho campus. There's an address there. From approximately 9 p.m., BF also stated that Chapman did not live in the King Road residence, but was a guest of Kernoodle's. Kaylee and Maddy were at the local bar, Corner Club. All right. Kaylee and Maddy were seen on the video footage. Okay, they give us a time frame. And Katie and Maddy had been seen in the video for the local food, which we saw the Grubhub video. We all know about this. Um, and there was live stream video from their food truck on streaming platforms as Twitch. So this we had already talked about. I'm trying to go to the part where we have not really talked about this. Statements during the interview indicates that they were home by 2 a.m. Sleep, with the exception of Kernoodle, who received a DoorDash. We know that there was a DoorDash order. Okay. DM originally went to sleep in her bedroom on the southeast side of the second floor and stated that she was awoken by 4 a.m. by what she stated sounded like Gonsalves playing with the dog. Okay. And there's someone else in here. Okay, we've already reviewed this. DM stated that she looked out of her bedroom but did not see anything when she heard the comment about someone being in the house. Stated that she opened the door, her door a second time, and she heard what she thought was crying coming from Canoodle's bedroom. Then she heard a male's voice saying to the effect, "It's okay, I'm going to help you." Jesus, Jesus. A lady called in PPP saying he's innocent, saying that they can't get DNA from a sheath, but it's so cringy seeing her get debunked. The lie. Oh my god. Really, Tinkle Tits? Why wouldn't they be able to get DNA from that button? Why? That's weird. I don't know. People are actually like arguing that. Weird. Give me one sec, guys. Let me just I gotta sneeze real. You are not late, Wim. You're right on time. No worries. Um, we're just reviewing this. Some of the stuff we had already reviewed. I'm trying to get to the part where maybe it might be new to us a little bit. Let's see. Where am I at? Oh, this is not it. Let me close this file out. Not to confuse myself. So we've seen this interviews, da, 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 da. As part of the investigation, extensive search, commonly referred to in law enforcement as video canvas, was conducted in the area. This video canvas was obtained. Any footage from the early morning? Okay. This video canvas resulted in the collection of numerous surveillance, review of the footage, a review of the footage, multiple obtained. See, some of this stuff we had already kind of known. Let me see if we can get, because we're on page 23. Um, I want to get right to where we're talking about Kohberger. Okay. They're talking about on this paragraph, suspect one vehicle seen departing from the area approximately at 4:20. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Okay, here we go. A review of the camera footage indicated that a white sedan, suspect one vehicle, was observed traveling westbound 700 blocks of Indian Hills Drive in Moscow, approximately 3:26 a.m. and westbound on Steiner Avenue at Idaho State Highway 95 in Moscow at approximately 3:28 a.m. On this video, it appears that suspect one was not displaying a front license. Ooh, okay. A review of the footage from multiple videos obtained from the King Road neighborhood shows multiple sightings of suspect one vehicles starting at 3:29 a.m. and ended at 4:20 a.m. These sightings show suspect one makes an initial three pass by 1122 King Road residents and then leaves via Wayland Drive based off of my experience as a patrol officer. This is a residential neighborhood with very limited numbers of vehicles that travel in the area during the early morning hours. Upon review of the video, there was only a few cars that enter and exit this area or during this time. Suspect one vehicle can be seen entering the the area a fourth time at approximately 4:04 a.m. It can be seen driving eastbound on King Road, stopping and turning around the 500 block road, Queen Road 52, and then driving back westbound. Okay, so was he just kind of going all over the place? It appears unsuccessful attempt to park or turn around on the road. The vehicle then continued in the intersection of Queen Road and King Road. There it could see completing a three-point turn and then driving eastbound. My goodness, so they had this car under surveillance, guys. Law enforcement provided Law enforcement officers provided video footage of suspect one to forensic examiners with the FBI that regularly utilize surveillance footage to identify the year, the make, and the model and of an unknown vehicle that is observed by one or more cameras during the commission of events. The forensic examiner, approximately 35 years law enforcement experience with 12 years at the FBI. His specific training includes identifying specific characteristics of vehicles that he uses and databases that gives visual clues of vehicles across states to identify different differences between vehicles. Lord, guys, look at this. They probably have already been watching some of this car. I don't know. Thank you, It Talks, baby girl. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you helping us out too. This reads almost like he was intending to kill Ethan too, like planned it. Did he know he was spending the night at I mean, I don't well, what was with the they captured this man driving. So, investigators were given access to video footage on the Washington State, um, WSU campus, okay? Maintain a series of surveillance cameras and near the campus. A review of the video indicated that approximately 2:44 a.m. on November 13th, a white sedan, which was consistent with the description of the white Elantra known as suspect vehicle 1, was observed um, in the campus surveillance traveling north on Southeast Nevada Street. So they had a lot of surveillance on this guy. Lord. And I'm just skim reading, guys. The first camera that was recorded the white sedan located at 1300 Johnson Road in Pullman. The white sedan was observed traveling northbound. Okay. The white sedan was also observed turning north on Bishop Boulevard. Why do you guys think he was kind of driving all over the place? I mean, they even provided us a little picture. Look at that. Look at that. He was driving all over the place. Can't believe that you would sympathize with either of the Summers parents. They're both horrible. I'm not sympathizing with anybody. Lord, come on. You need to stop, my love. I don't even know who you are. Nobody's sympathizing. We're not even talking about them. Can please somebody escort a troll out of here because we're not even talking about that subject. We're talking about this situation here. Jesus, take the wheel. I wonder if Ethan was planning to stay longer. Mm-mm-mm. Right? I wonder. And let me see, my secondary device just turned off. Bye. Thank you. Yeah, can you guys, Brian, can you block the troll, please? We do not need a troll right now in this chat. Totally trying to talk about something different that we're not even on that topic. They all have collected all possible evidence. Uh, right? Because he, Brian, was the drug distributor for the landlords of 11. You, Cece, you think he was a drug distributor? I mean, I don't know. Do we know that for a fact? I'm curious. Do we know that for a fact? I don't know. For 1122, for the King house? Are you guys saying that he was like this was a trap house? Is that what I thought it was just a regular schmegular party house. I didn't think it was like a, I don't know. Oh, did she, Brienne? Thank you so much. I know. We always get one or two trolls in here, and we just I'm like, who's talking about that? I made a statement. Get over it. But we're talking about this unsealed warrant. Okay, because this unsealed warrant is a lot. Cece said it was a stash house. I mean, do we know? I don't know. Do we have anything that says that? Is it in the is it in the warrant? Cece, if you know something that we don't know, please let us know. I mean, is it in the yeah, where are the receipts? You know, or is this just kind of like we're speculating because I want to be careful. Oh Lord, I'm sorry, I can't buy the whole trap house. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I thought this was a Cowlitz town. I don't think that this is what that was. I don't know. I don't think you understand how stash houses work. Yep, we're sent to the league. Oh, well, here is my email. I just put it up. Go ahead and send whatever it is that you have that would support that statement, you know, because like I definitely understand if you have receipts, because you know we deal in receipts over here. We want to be careful what we're saying we're putting out. I don't know if this was a trap house, a stash house. People are saying it's gossip. No, I don't think drugs were involved. I don't think so either. Drug angle has been brewing since the BK arrest. Has it generally, Jenny? Yeah, we don't deal in conspiracies. You know, we could speculate, but I don't do conspiracy theories very well. I like a good conspiracy theory. I just don't think that I'm really good at entertaining them for long, you know? Um so on November 25th, MPD asked area law enforcement agencies to be on the lookout. Well, yeah, they did ask everybody on the white Hyundai Elantras area. Okay. So as a result, This vehicle was registered to Brian Kohberger residing in the Valley Road, apartment, Washington, approximately 3/4 of a mile from the intersection of the Stadium Way and Cougar Way. Okay. So they were looking for the white Elantra. Let's see, in the parking lot. I reviewed Kohberger's state driver's license information and photograph. This license indicates that Kohberger is a white male. Da 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 da. And additionally, the photographs of Kohberger show that he was bushy eyebrows. Kohberger physical description consisted with the description of the male the witness saw inside the King Road residence on November 13th. Bushy eyebrows, guys. I mean, the bushy eyebrows is like forever going to be a thing at this point. As far as how we talk about even describing him that way. You think he would have like dyed his hair or something? She must have really seen his face to have captured the eyebrows. What do you guys think? Like, do you guys think that she saw the face? I don't know. The other one is connecting the guy who got into the standoff. Okay, in December. Gotcha. Keep those eyebrows turned. Let me tell you, if I do not tweeze my eyebrows, I look like the Mexican painter Frida Kahlo. So I must treat the eyebrows. I have to. Oh my God, the poor girl that saw. That's what I think, Mona. But she got the eyebrows, right? I think so. Women pick up on those facial features, right, Christopher? I think so too. So that's something to kind of keep in mind. Yeah, I know. You emailed me a link? Okay. All right. I'm going to check it right now. Um, what did she email? What did she email? Okay, where's this property owner and cars and drugs? Oh my. Is this a blogger? But it's not just to Cece, just to be clear, is this from a blog? I mean, I have no problem sharing it. I just want to make sure. Like, is this a personal blogger? Because hmm, hmm. UFO Idaho UO Idaho cover up. This website is called the Idaho cover up. Greek cover up at the University of Idaho. Are you guys saying that the you found it? Okay, I got you. So basically the website in itself, and let me go through this real quick and then we'll hop over there so people know what we're talking about, okay? But thank you for sharing that link, my love. I appreciate you for doing that. Here we go. So bushy eyebrows, they got the bushy eyebrows, right? So so in here they talk about the traffic stop that occurred. Okay, wait. Further investigation includes a review of the body camera reports show that on August 21st, 2022, Brian Kohberger was detained as part of a traffic stop that occurred on Moscow, Idaho. At that time, Kohberger was the sole occupant and was driving. Excuse me, was driving. Let's see, was driving set to expire November 30th. During the stop, which was recorded via law enforcement, Kohberger provided his phone number. Oh, his phone number is up there too. Investigators conducted electronic database and learned that the iPhone number is issued by AT&T. Guys, they really got on his ass in this here. October 14th, Kohberger was detained as part of a traffic stop. Reviewed the body cam. Okay. November 18th. Okay. which was not required up front. Oh my God, they talk about the stops and detainments. Based on my own experience, communication with the Washington law enforcement, I know that Idaho and Washington require front and back license plates. So was he stopped for that? Investigators believe that Kohberger is still driving the 2015 white Elantra because his vehicle was captured. So they were going back as far as how long he's been holding on to this white Elantra car, guys. Let me keep going. Based on the information provided on the WSU website, Kohberger is currently a PhD student in criminology at Washington State. Pursuant to records provided by a member of the interview for the panel of the Pullman Police Department, we learned that Kohberger's past education included undergraduate degrees in psychology and cloud-based forensics. Cloud-based forensics? These records show Kohberger wrote an essay when he applied for an internship with the Pullman Police Department in the fall of 2022. Kohberger wrote an essay. He had interest in assisting rural law enforcement agencies with how to better collect and analyze technological I'm making up words, data in public safety operations. Kohberger also posted on Reddit survey, which can be found by as an open source internet search. The survey asked for participants to provide information to understand how emotions and psychological traits influence decision making when committing a crime. As part of this investigation, law enforcement obtained search warrants to determine cellular devices that utilize cellular towers in proximity to the King Road residence on November 13th. After determining that Kohberger was associated with to both the car and the phone, investigators reviewed these search warrant returns. Okay, and it did not show that 845 phone cellular utilized cellular tower resources in close proximity. Okay. Based on my training and experience and conversations, this is done by subject. I'm just kind of trying to pull out the important parts out of this. During the type of surveillance, it is possible that an individual would not leave their cellular phone at a separate location or turn it off since they do not plan to commit the offense on that particular day. Whoo, Jesus Christ. This is like, I mean, Jenny followed the cars and the phones and it all comes together, right? I mean, it is a lot. Bro, your eyes are showing. Jesus. I think it's a mask covering only nose and mouth, but not his eyebrows. Go to page 33. You want me to skip? All right, let me do that. Let me do that. I Here we go. Now, page 33 from the actual document, right? Because there's page 33 that are numbered here. I've got words. Do you mean from the actual document? Let's see. Let's go to page 33. This is a lot. You guys, this is good. I could see channels. I could see people just kind of reading this for days. Okay, I'm on page 49. Let me go up. I think you meant page this 33 right here. Here we go. This 33. Let's see. No, on the left. Okay, got you. Jenny, your choice, but it answers a lot of unanswered questions. I've been down true crime rabbit holes. There's no answers. There's no justice, just chaos. Robo Rabbit. Miss Clover's like, look, let me pull the Robo Rabbit. Let's go ahead and jump to page 33. On December 23rd, 2022, I was granted a search warrant. Okay. He was granted a search warrant for the pen register trap and trace on the phone to aid in efforts to determine if Kohberger stalked any of the victims in this case prior to the offense, conducted surveillance on the King Road residence, was in contact with any of the victims associated before or after the alleged offense, any location that may obtain evidence of the murders that occurred November 13th, the location of the white Elantra. Okay. December 23rd, pursuant to that search warrant, investigators received historical records from the 8458 phone from AT&T from the time the account was opened, June 2022. After consulting with the CAS SA investigator, were able to determine estimate locations for the 8458 phone from June 2022 to present, the time period authorized by the court. The records from the 8458 phone showed that 8458 phone utilizing cellular resources that provided coverage to the area of at least 12 occasions prior to November, oh, okay, 13th. All of these occasions, except for one, occurred in the late evening and early hours of the respective dates. How long, okay, how long do you think he had been watching them? Based on that, I've got to work on some of these trials that got some convictions with way less than this. Ooh, but I mean, I've got words. Do you feel like he had been watching them for quite some time? Quite some time. It's hard to create a theory when the VIN numbers are legit. 5 months. I mean, that's what it sounds like. I don't know. Doesn't it sound like he'd been watching them for quite some time? On the occasion of August 25th. So they're trying to create, look, there it is. They're trying to create a timeline to figure out how long these victims had been watched. He has probably been stalking them since August. That's what it sounds like. Oh my God. I've got words. Shout out to you and thank you for giving us a heads up on that page. Yeah, it does say August 21st. So it'd been a few months. So we don't know because pay attention to the word. The article used the word ambush, right? So I'm thinking that he was probably targeting these victims, a stalker, a planner. He while he's writing his criminology papers, right, mama? While he's writing his papers and doing his thing. I heard he sent many he did. He got no response. He was left on read. It was creepy. Kmart, it's creepy. He followed them on TikTok and IG. Oh, Jesus. So you think he was building off, right? Instead, this man was in a criminology program. And I'm trying to, when you guys ask the question, like, well, like, did he want to get caught? I almost feel like maybe it was kind of like one of those situations where he was just building up. He was building. It was almost like, do I do it? Do I not do it? Going back and forth. What I want to know, I don't think that this unsealed warrant is going to tell us any of this, but what I really want to know is like, how did he pick them? Why did he pick them? Why them? Right? And was it like I don't know. He has to have had seen them somewhere or know about them. Why them? I think he went in that field to understand his own sick desire to kill. Lord, you know what? Now they're gonna make us take all these. If you have I have a criminology degree. I do. I have my undergraduate is in criminology. I have a minor in social science, and I have never had a thought like that at all. So I'm always kind of curious, but I want to know why them. For the life of me, I can't understand how he was so sloppy. And right, you're in a whole freaking program, right? I mean, I'm glad he got caught. I'm glad that this is out there. Right, like Snapchat and that's what I thought too. I don't think it was the neighbors that got rejected, but by looks like you think one of the girls rejected him? Do you think maybe he might have all maybe they met and they like we just don't know? I don't know, guys. I don't know. And we're gonna definitely have to come back on this one because there's just so much to dig into this. We're gonna have to. And I have Baby Bunny awake, so I don't have a whole lot of time right now that she's awake. We're gonna have to come back and reconvene on this. What do you guys think? Because there's just so much information in this, So much. Ambush, the act of hiding. Yep, waiting for someone and then making a surprise attack. Thank you. That article, when they said ambush and they had already read this unsealed warrant, I said this is a very interesting word to use. That's a very, but if he's been watching them since August, that is crazy to me. We're gonna have to talk about it. Sadly, they were only visible on. That's my part. That's the thing. They have no weapon yet. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he did that. Maybe he put that thing there, the sheath, to mislead. Right? Like that's kind of like what if that wasn't even the weapon? Maybe he just put the casing there to mislead. Right? It is mind-blowing. No, no, and I didn't even go over it with extensiveness. I need to go over it a little bit more. I gotta print it out, yo. I got some ink. We're gonna print this out. I want to review it. This is like 49 pages of a lot of information. And I'm gonna pull out what's interesting. We'll come back live and everything when baby bunny takes a nap and she has her lunch and your dinner, right? You guys, she's gonna be 1 here pretty soon. So shout out to baby bunny. Her birthday's coming up. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me. We're going to reconvene on this topic because we have a lot of stuff to review. I still want to talk about Gilliam because I still feel like he owes an apology to the families, okay? Because the man did, and his Twitter is still up. It's all up on Twitter. You guys go check it out, where he's accusing or he's saying that Mr. Goncalves had something to do with this situation. But I will see you guys later on. I got to head out. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. And I've got words, and Stacy as well as CC. Thank you guys for sending me those links. Let me go ahead and hit this exit door. Rabbits out.